Hey, how you doing? This is Gerstmann and I have a record review for you. I have to say, hey buddy, how's it going? To Scott Norris. He suggested that I review an album by Billy Joel called An Innocent Man. Well, I knew quite a bit of Billy Joel's music and I even had his songbooks. And I used to play his songs on the piano, and he was an influence of mine when I wrote songs. But around the time that I stopped getting Billy Joel's albums, because there's so many people that you can buy their albums of, and others are going to be cast aside, he was one of those artists who, after a while, I cast aside a little bit just because there was so many other stuff to get. And the album An Innocent Man was one of the albums that I sort of overlooked, even though I had heard a few songs from it. So it was a good thing that I finally got a chance to hear it so that I could review it. Well, here's what I think of the songs. The first song, Easy Money, it has elements of Garland Jeffries, Graham Parker, Felix Cavalier, and Van Morrison, and the song is enjoyable enough, but melodically a little bit scattershot and appears just the slightest bit fake, but it will work for the martini-drinking rich executive party crowd. And then An Innocent Man, it's a little bit like the Drifters, but I don't really care for his singing on it. It's a good song as far as how it was written, but his performance makes it the audio equivalent of not too exciting hotel buffet food. And The Longest Time, this is good. It's a respectable tip of the hat to those doo-wop singers of the 50s who did this stuff so well. And then This Night, another really good slow dance song, in that my honey dance with me type of way. It's very cool. And then Tell Her About It, a really good combination of singer-songwriter and pop crooner upbeat swagger. Very enjoyable song. And then Uptown Girl. I could imagine Fonzie from Happy Days singing this to his sweetie. Well written and fun song. I dig it. And then Careless Talk. This has that New York soul style to it. Very authentic in style. And I like it a lot. That old style. It's one of my favorites. And then Christy Lee, very much a Garland Jeffries influenced piece. A fun song. And then Leave a Tender Moment Alone, has a Stevie Wonder Motown vibe to it. Very well written and enjoyable song. And then Keeping the Faith, another song that sounds like Garland Jeffries, but I mean that as a compliment. Great song, my other favorite. So, I will say that when I overlooked this album, it was pretty much a mistake, because it's actually probably now one of my very favorite Billy Joel albums. And I have to thank you, Scott Norris, for suggesting it to me. The first couple of songs were not really quite as great as they could have been, but, they were still okay. But the rest of the album was spot on great. And so it's probably, in my opinion, one of his most consistent albums. And I definitely really think it's hot. So anyway, that's been my review. All right. Cheers, y'all.